Hi, welcome and again to another episode of Kinga TV. Shimanko, ladies and gents, soul brothers and soul sisters. Now today we're going to discuss about the preferred gender pronouns, and I want to say that the preferred pronouns is ridiculous. Do not respect the new pronouns. I think the new pronouns are ridiculous and people should not be pronouns on how they feel. I cannot watch my kids grow up in a school system which forces them to leave them more confused about themselves and about their gender identity. If they want to become transsexual in their later life, that's no problem. On the subject of gender expression and pronouns, I don't recognize another person's rights that to determine what pronouns I use to address them. I won't do it. Gender identity and sexual orientations are the same things. As definition transgender, I don't believe that these people, these forms stand for good things. I think that these people are use these terms as a pretense, as that they stand for good things, as a pretext for the next nefarious nefarious activities. Junior high school and school parents and high school students and parents politicalization of the school system bill C-16. It's an act to amend the Canada Human Rights, and it's a criminal code against the propaganda to add gender identity or expression in public schools. Students and parents actively rebel against the indoctrination that it's being offended in the guise of education. Act modifies criminal code to clarify, set out the bio prejudice or hate constitute hate to a degree that it's unacceptable to guide the bill C-16. Why education won't be normal again? The policy will be used by the government. New Marxist post-modern agenda have a new agenda. Ontario Human Rights Commission is a dangerous organization. Biological sex, gender identity, and sexual orientation, gender expression was unified by law. I am not a bigot, but I refuse to use these genderless pronouns. Transphobic, racist. I am not all right or for the right. Radical left is a very large group. Everyone does not think the way of radical left is some kind of monstrous figure, but it's not to be the case. They believe that they are right and correct, and that anyone with a different view is not or less reasonable. What steps should be taken now? What children and young adults be taught in schools and not taught in schools? They should be taught to read and write and to speak skillful and to gracefully, and they should be done with the minimum without the political bias. Affected and concerned families should first discuss the issues and formulate a plan. I think the following two books are invaluable for anymore proximity, and one more distally. Understand the Postmodernism by Stephen R. Hicks. The whole book prouds a good indoctrination of the problem. First chapter in the particular provides a solid overview. Gulag Archipelago by Alexander Solzhenitsyn is also required for reading for many regions, not to least of its masterful and abilities of the relationships between the radical left wing thinking and the absolute collapse in the tyranny of the catastrophe that is characterized and such experience in the course of in the last 25 years. What students should do? I think that students should, with the backing of their parents, leave their junior and high school classes if any of the following topics arise. That means they should stand up and note their objections to the content. This sounds to me like an indoctrination to me rather than an education, so I'm leaving and then leave. Videotape the action and post it on YouTube. These are the topics regard to the activity of indoctrination rather than education. It's diversity, inclusivity, equity, conveniency. These forms the acronym DIE, which is exactly why the philosophy underpinning that their groups should be encouraged to do. White privilege, system racism, gender. So these were the ridiculous forms of gender pronouns. See you next time.